Hey guys, it's a bit tactical coming at you now, live. Um, Doing a kind of half-assed battle report because I didn't do a lot of filming because I was really into the game at the time, which is good. I mean, it was a really fun game. First game of the new Kill Team edition. Coming at you with a 16-0 landslide victory for the Kasrkin. No, I know. It was actually a really close game. I did end up winning, but only by 1 point. And there were two key moments that happened that they were really the only reason I won. Um, but yeah, I mean, let's just go through the match. First of all, for my equipment, obviously I took foregrip. Obviously I took relics of Kadia and the combat daggers. I also took the mines just to cut off a little bit of the area, a little bit of the map. And I took a portable barrier to keep my grenade launcher in the back line in an area that didn't have cover, as you can see here on this clip right here. Just so that he could, him and the sharpshooter were supposed to defend this back area. Along with the medic. Those were supposed to, that's the area that was cut off. Now, fortunately, my opponent, he himself cut this area off. And he just directed his troops the other way, which was in my favor. It was to my advantage. So that was nice. So the first turning point, I did a big mess up, right? Really, it was just moving up. And that's really what your first turning point should always be, just moving up. Making sure you draw up a plan and do that stuff. I actually moved my demo trooper and my recon trooper up, and they were like 3 inches apart from each other because I was going to use relocate, but he gave his grenadier guy a 3rd APL, moved, dashed, threw the bomb out to my two models and killed them both. Utterly sickening. Didn't get to deploy my mine, didn't get to deploy my didn't get to use my recon trooper. So big L, really big, really bad way to start the new edition with that happening. But I mean, we still pull out the win. That's really the big thing that happened in the first turning point. My primary op was kill, which is very important. He had a horde team. He was the Navis Breachers, and yeah, I think I feel even more confident in my assertion that the killing potential, even just the regular Kasrkin trooper with the 3-4 hits on 3 rifle, is really good. It's really up there. So against hordes, I think you should always do the primary kill out. At the very least, you're going to be trading. If not, just outright killing them. For my tac op, I chose contain. I think it's just the best one, right? Funnily enough, I actually was able to get both of us, because both of us picked contain for our tac op. I was able to keep him on his side, and he was able to keep me on my side. By the end of the second turning point, even though I think at certain points we both had people on either side, we just ended up killing them. It was a real shoot fest. If you can see the map layout here, it was kind of built for that. But we had enough hard terrain and enough angles blocking that we couldn't. Across the map shots weren't that crazy, especially with obscuring and how that works. So yeah, I mean, this was a really fun match. By the end of the second turning point, I had sacrificed my Melta guy to cap the second point up here, which was really nice. What else? Oh, also that the second point right here, this middle objective, that was actually our only vantage point, because The place we have, their second story structures, the terrain that they have isn't really built for kill team. They're a little bit too big. So we didn't want to use them. And I think somebody else was using some of the beta decimal stuff, which is what we usually use. But we just had one vantage point on this, so it is an atypical map, but still, I really liked it. So yeah, but in the second turning point, I had one crit op. I had full tack up for the contain, and I believe I had 2 on the kill op. The third turning point was again, it's kind of like the second. It was just, I think forever now, the second and third turning points, you're just gonna be using all of your big guys to do as much damage as possible and do as many plays as possible. Something that did end up happening was I moved my sergeant up. I shot somebody and I killed them. He then threw a crack grenade at him. He somehow survived the crack grenade, just barely survived the crack grenade. Down to 1 HP, right? And then he brings up his leader, and his leader throws a grenade. Oh, another thing that I did, this is really a half-assed battle report, okay? The trooper really is the Chad trooper. He is the best, I think, now. Every single turning point after the first, no, even in the first, I was dropping a smoke grenade. I was just dropping that thing. Dropping it, being obscured, and I don't think he took damage a single time. I think he was attacked 3 times, and each time it did no damage, except for at the very end, which was crazy. But anyways, I put my trooper out in the open, right, with the smoke grenade, put it down because he's obscured. And obscurement is kind of crazy. But, you know, he brought his guy out. He threw a grenade at him, you know, at my sergeant, because he was like, you know, I'm going to get the normal trooper in this damage as well, but I want to get rid of that sergeant. Just 1 HP, right? Just 1 hit needs to go through. And I got so lucky with the rolls. My sergeant ended up not dying, taking no damage. Next turning point, I was able to kill that leader, charge somebody, do 5 damage, and then die. But that ended up being really good because he pushed that model up, taking my objective marker off the board. I had to shoot him, right? Or I got to shoot him, and the kill was real easy since he only had 2 health at that point. So yeah, really good use of the sergeant on my end. I think I got 2 models for him because of obscurement. I was able to really keep him alive. But my Chad trooper, okay, he's the one that did the real stuff. He just kept turning point 2 and 3. He attacked. I gave him a 30 APL. He moved, he attacked, he dropped his smoke grenade. And that's just what he did. At the end of the 3rd turning point, he was on my opponent's side within 6 inches of his drop zone, which took that tack op away from him, which is really nice. On the 4th turning point, I moved him up to his back line to where one of his troopers was. I shot his trooper, right, and his melted gun guy was right there, but I was in cover, and I dropped a smoke grenade right after I did it, right, because I gave him another 3rd APL. So my friend, he brings his Melta guy up, right? Takes the shot. Because of obscurement and because of cover, I think he popped off 3 hits. I don't think any of them were crits, but even if they were, they would have all been reduced to 3 normal hits. One of them, because of obscurement, right, automatically was taken out of the board. I was in cover, so I was able to retain 1 automatically. I took another one out. I only ended up taking 6 damage at the end, keeping my trooper alive and in the backfield and denying him his tac ops, which is what won me the match. I only ended up winning by 1, right? I won 9-8, and it was only because my primary kill op or my primary op was the kill op. So I got 2 extra points at the end of the match. His primary kill op was the tac op, so he ended up only getting 1 extra, right? And which is why he lost. So yeah, it was a really close match. It was a really interesting match. Some takeaways that I have, I don't know which models I'm at. I didn't get to use the demo trooper in his new line. Not that like it's proximity based, so it's other than cutting things off. I think I'm gonna keep him. I think I'm gonna stop using the marksman. The marksman got a few shots off, and he did get a kill, but there were like kills from people who were already wounded. But when I actually needed some damage done, you know, I got nothing out of it. Right? I shot at his Durant, which is a very hard model to kill, right? He has a 2-up save. He's got, I think, 8 or 9 health. He's got a shield, which means he always has cover, and it's always a cover save. I shot him, and I just, even hitting up 2s, I just did close to no damage. Almost not worth it, to be honest. So, and I think Navis Breachers, they don't take devastating damage, so I mean, I don't know, it was underwhelming. The 2 or 3 shots that I had with him were just underwhelming. I think using a 4th gunner now, like the hotshot volley gun, I'm gonna try doing that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna replace him. The trooper, I think, is an MVP. I don't know who. I think I might switch him out with the demo trooper now, or even the medic. Because there's a lot of the medics nerf where now it makes it so that I didn't get to use it during the match, but the nerf where you can't, you essentially lose an AP the next activation for either of your models. If you revive somebody, that's just so scary that I think I might just, the trooper just did so well that I think I might switch him out for the combat medic. Next time I play, I think I'll try to do that and let you know how that went. But anyways, yeah. My strategy of like closing off an area of the map and focusing down on the objectives and dying on the objectives was actually so good. Another thing that really helped me win is during the, I believe, the 3rd turning point. Yeah. No, I think it was the end of the 2nd turning point. I moved my grenadier up onto the 2nd objective marker. And because I did that, I sacrificed my Malta to gain the point, and I moved him up to stay on the point, so that when he brought his Axe Jack up, which only had 2 APL, all he could do was charge and fight. He couldn't actually cap it, instead of just moving up there and capping it, right? Because he would have been in my control range. And doing that allowed me to get the crit out for that turning point, which I think allowed me to win the match. Very good stuff. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think that's it for this, half-assed battle report. I'm gonna try to shoot more footage the next time we play in 6 months. But yeah, okay. That should be it for this, I think. That's all I have. Takeaways: replace the marksman with another gunner. Probably the hotshot volley gun. 30 APL for the sergeant is really strong and really great. Take full advantage of that. Chat trooper is a chat trooper. Consider taking 2. I'm probably going to start taking 2 now. And yeah, cutting off a part of the map and focusing on the objectives is going to be a really crucial part of winning the points game. That's how you're going to win as Kasrkin. I still haven't played against an elite team. I hope that he raises the elite team next time. But yeah, you just have to, kill. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment and all that good stuff. And I'll see you later.